real life scientist to do some awesome experiments. And this week, an amazing theme of movement and different things, but I'll let him explain more because I am nowhere near a scientist. So without further ado, we'll give our undivided attention to Dr. Bennett. Put your hands together.
How's everyone doing today? So as you know, I've been doing these sessions with Toby and Rachel and with Rachel, and what I want to do today is do a set of experiments. In the past you saw we did them with color, and last week we did with balloons, and this week I want to do about forces and movement of objects and how force and help objects move along. So I got a couple of experiments, a couple of things to do for you. So the first thing is, this one's a very simple one, but it shows, it shows a very important principle, right? Did everyone see the ball? I'm going to put the ball, well, let's see, I got to put it where you can see it. I'm going to put the ball over here, right? And what happens? Well, as you can see, nothing happens. The ball stays where it is, okay? And there was a scientist a couple of hundred years ago called Sir Isaac Newton, and some of you may have heard of him. He's the one that had the apple fall on top of his head. And Sir Isaac Newton came up with these laws of motion. And the first law, Newton's first law, is this. It's called inertia. And what that means is that a body or an object will stay where it is unless a force acts upon it. So right now, there's no force acting on it, and so the ball is just staying where it is. So that's showing you what's called Newton's first law of motion. A body at rest will stay at rest unless a force acts upon it. Now, a force can be, let's see if you can be able to see all this. I'll roll it down. So if I push it, that's me putting a force on the ball. Okay? Let me bring it back. Let's see if I can show this. This one is, okay, I hope everyone can see this. I'm going to put it at the top. And you can see that the ball rolls down. Okay? Now, there's a couple things to look at. The first is, what is the force that's acting on the ball? What's causing it to fall? I'm not pushing it, I'm just letting go. And what it is gravity. Okay? Where it's starting is higher than where it's ending up at the bottom. So I don't know if you can, no, you won't be able to see, but trust me, it's down there. And so gravity is the force. You're all used to seeing something like this. Gravity is making it come down, but it will also force it to go down the plane. The other thing, and this is part of Newton's, also Newton observed this, look at the direction that the ball goes. It goes straight down the path. See? And the thing is that there's no other force besides gravity which pulls it down, and that's why it goes straight. Let's see. Let's see if I can try this. Whoa. Okay. Now, I have the, well, you can see that this is a, see there? That's, okay, there you can see it. This is attached to a vacuum cleaner, and instead of it blowing, sucking air in, I'm going to have it, whoa! I'm going to have it blow air out. I want you to look at what happens to the path of the ball. So let me turn it on. Okay? I don't know if you could see it easily, but what's happening is that the ball is moving in a curve because the air from the vacuum cleaner that's blowing on it, like wind, is causing it to change its path. Okay? And what they say is that a ball, an object, will continue along its path, going straight, unless another force or something pushes it. And that's the air that you see. And you see that a lot of times if you ever watch sports, and it's a windy or cold day, and say in football, if they kick the ball, and the wind pushes it, and the kicker doesn't get his field goal because the wind pushed it, it's not because the kicker kicked it crooked. A lot of times it's because it was coming straight from the kicker and the wind pushed it off course. Okay? So that's a couple of rules from Newton, for those of you that are interested, about motion, that things will stay at rest. I'm very good at that. Unless something acts upon it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know Toby?
Yeah, I know Toby.
I know Toby is your daughter.
Toby is my daughter. Yes.
I was right the whole time. I was right.
Yes. You're right. Toby is,
I have a question.
yes.
Okay, so my name is gonna go see. How do you put the ball through the box, like rolling down? What kind of ball is that?
What kind of ball is this?
Yeah.
It's just a hard rubber ball.
Okay.
There's nothing special about it.
Where'd you get it from?
Sorry?
Where'd you get it from?
Where'd I get it from? I've had this ball, maybe 30 years.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
remember where I got it, but I had it for a very long time.
Wow.
But I used it to play a game, and I thought it'd be a good ball to play with.
Okay.
Now, let me show
Very
you,
nice, very nice.
okay? Let me show you a couple of other, and see if I can set this up. It's gonna take a couple of seconds. Okay, there we go. See if I can do it. You should be able to see it, okay? Just push this all out of the way. Okay. See if we can make this work. Take a couple of seconds. And if it does work, it'll be fun.
Mr. Bennett, I have a question.
Yes.
How many cups do you put in a tub of the sticky things?
How many cups? I'm just going to do 3
Yeah.
cups.
3 cups? Okay.
Okay. So these are just regular plastic cups. Maybe you have them at home. And these are just index cards. And can you all see? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some motion to the cup, but the card is not going to affect the cup above it. And it's going to stay, remember inertia, it's staying there unless a force works on it. Well, if I pull out the card very fast, there's no time for the force to act on the cup, and the cup stays where it is and just falls down from gravity. And if I do it again,
Whoa, that's so cool.
all comes down. So
It's really cool, by the way.
let me do that again.
Amazing.
And that's because the cups have, what do we say, inertia? Now let me see if I can do it this way. Sometimes if I do it really hard, look, didn't work. We're trying it again. Okay? Instead of pulling it, set it up. I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to flick the card out. Doesn't work that way. I used to be able to do that. But you set this up. You see, sometimes as a scientist, your experiments don't work and you just try again. Okay? So we're going to pull this fast. And then we're going to pull this fast. And the cups are going to go down. And that's the same thing as the ball just staying there. The cups each had inertia, and then when we took out the card, gravity just had it fall and it fell straight down. So this is something, if you have time, maybe you could try at home. All you need are a couple of plastic cups and a couple of index cards, and just learn to pull them out very fast.
Dr. Bennett, could you do that with other objects also, like different things in the house?
Yes. Don't try this one at home. Please don't, because your parents will get very upset. But there's a very famous trick of someone taking a dining room table with a tablecloth, and they pull the tablecloth very fast, and all the dishes stay where they are, and the tablecloth comes out from underneath.
Wow, that's crazy. I definitely agree with you not to try that one.
Don't try that one at home. But you can do it with anything. This may be too heavy. I haven't even tried this. You know, the ball's too heavy. Let me see. I have a little lighter one. You know, balls roll around too much. But you can do it with cups. You can do it with on the top. Let's see. Take the spoon. Oh, huh. It was blocking it. All right. Take the card, and I put the spoon on it. Okay. And I pull the card out, and the spoon stays right where it was.
Cool.
So you can do all this with different things. You can hear the little sound of when it falls down a little bit, but it stayed exactly where it was.
The turkey's done.
The turkey's done? Okay. Let's see, what else? You guys know what catapults are?
Stone throwers.
Yes, I do. I do.
These little contractions.
Right. So, catapult also.
Don't sweat it.
There you go. So, I took a cup. If you see, I just put a small little notch with a little knife. Okay, and then I put in a spoon. And what happens when I pull back the spoon, the bottom, let's see if I can you see the bottom of this, you see the spoon there?
Yep.
It will go against the side of the cup, and we can make catapults. And I still have Skittles left over, and I can take this now, and I can shoot the Skittles from my catapult off of the spoon.
I hope they're kosher.
I don't know if Skittles, but M&Ms are, and you can do it with M&Ms. But you can build a catapult, and then what you can do is on the back, make it into a game where you can take a box like this and draw a target, and then try to hit the target like a bullseye with your catapult. Okay? And what that's doing is the force from the spoon from being pushed back, whoa, puts a little force behind the skittle. That's what causes it to fly off. I'm not doing too good today.
That's really, really cool.
There it goes. So that's something also that you can play with. And you can put small things in there like Skittles or M&Ms, and then make it a game and see how far you can shoot it, or have it aimed at a target and see if you can hit a bullseye. And that will keep you busy. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes?
Me, Bracha.
Yes, Bracha.
How do you put the spoons inside the cup and also the ball before you started this experiment with the ball?
Yes?
How do you do it?
Well, this one you can either just leave it here, or you can go inside, and if you want, you can put a piece of tape to hold the handle from the spoon in place. And that would help you build it.
Yeah, Bennett, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm Nissan, first of all.
Yes?
My name, I don't see myself in here. I just see a black, there's no picture in here. It says your name, but I can't see your face.
Right, Nissan, that's because we're seeing the experiments in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Do you see me now?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
So, where did you get that ball? You had that ball for a long time?
Yes.
36 years?
Probably.
It looks like it's clay.
No, it's actually, there's a game that's called lacrosse, and that happens to be what's called a lacrosse ball. And I got it when I was in college, a very, very long time ago.
Okay.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah. So, how do you make the pyramid?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, how do you make the experiment?
JJ, it's a little hard to hear you. Could you say it again?
Yeah, I'll say again. So, how do you put the carton stay up?
Oh, how do you make the hole in the cup?
The box, like the carton.
Oh, the box? What do you
Yeah.
have in the box?
How do you it stays up?
Oh, how do you make it stand up, the box?
The box?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty easy. You know a box? Yeah, let's see. So this is what the box looks like, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see this, it's loose.
Yeah.
I taped this up. So all I did was I flipped it down so it was down below.
Okay.
Stand up.
What kind of tape you put on?
I put on duct tape.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's what I used to make it stand up.
All right.
Okay? Right. I've got another experiment for you. It's going to be with the vacuum cleaner, with the airflow and the lacrosse ball. And what you need to look at is, as I move the hose, look at what's happening with the ball. Okay? Let me show you.
I can't hear you.
You just need to watch. See, the ball is floating right above the vacuum.
Whoa.
Watch the ball. See, it's floating. It's not touching the vacuum at all, even when Dr. Bennett moves it.
My God.
Look, even when it's tilted, the ball stays.
Yeah, I see.
That's pretty cool.
I
Yeah,
can't.
cool. Mother, and I have a question again.
I can't.
Okay, so JJ, we can wait till after this experiment is done.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
get Dr. Bennett.
Okay, you can wait to ask the question till this experiment is done.
Okay.
Now you could watch the ball.
Okay, so that's it. But did you see that when I put the ball here, it didn't rest on the tube. It was actually a little bit above the tube. Did you all see that? And then when I moved the tube around, the ball followed it around.
That was really cool.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so is it gravity from the ball and the vacuum?
It's not gravity. What it is the ball is here and it's above and the air is flowing all around it. And so the air is all around here and it just is aligned with the source of the air. Because as I
Okay.
move it, the air that's on this side is pushing the ball at the same time.
Okay, is it sucking the ball or blowing? The
It's
ball?
blowing.
Blowing. Oh, okay.
Want
Wow.
me to show it to you again?
Yeah, please.
Okay, just watch this and look at, if you can see that there's going to be a gap between the ball and the tube. So
Whoa.
How do you do that, Mr. Bennett? It's so
Yeah,
cool.
how you do that?
Look, the vacuum is blowing air up.
I'm blowing it up, okay.
And then it makes
Oh, so it's not gravity. Okay.
it's
Okay.
not gravity.
So it's gravity.
So maybe I should put on mute myself.
Rachel, how long is this gonna go for?
Until we have, I think we have maybe one or two more experiments.
Yeah.
But we also ask questions.
So that is, as we saw, as I moved the tube around, the ball stayed with it. And if you saw at the beginning, I put the piece of paper so you can see that the air was blowing up from the tube.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you keep the ball like still like the vacuum? How you like keep it still and then the air comes to it and it goes around it?
Yep, the air that's going all around it is keeping the ball still.
Wow, that is so cool.
Okay?
Yep, thank
And
you.
I'll tell you, maybe you remember this, but what I just did is called Bernoulli's principle. There's a scientist named Bernoulli, and he came up knowing that the air flowing around it would keep the ball in place. And as a matter of fact, it's Bernoulli's principle. This is a fun fact. I'll ask you about this next week. Bernoulli's principle is what allows airplanes to fly.
Whoa.
Okay? The air that goes over the wings, just like the air that goes over the ball, helps the airplanes to fly. So what I just showed you is the basis of why airplanes fly. So it's called Bernoulli's principle. And what I'm going to do is, if you're here next week, I'm going to ask you about it again. Okay? And let's see. Let's see if I can do this. It's the same idea. I'm going to just take a straw and a ping pong ball. See if I can still do this. Ready? I'm going to blow through the straw. Did you see that? I was able to keep the ball above the straw. Oh, Try it again. So if you have a straw and a ping pong ball at home, you can do the same thing. You can do Bernoulli.
I have a question about that. Yeah, so is that the same thing as a vacuum?
Same thing as the vacuum. Just like the vacuum is blowing air through the tube, I'm blowing air through the straw.
Oh wow.
The same thing. So if you have a ping pong ball and a straw, maybe you can try it. You gotta take a deep breath. And make
Got
the
it.
ball fly and have it, and if you move it around, it will follow.
That's so cool.
If you guys have this at home, you could try it and send us a picture or a video of you trying to do this experiment.
Okay?
How do I do that?
You do that? Okay, I've got one more to show you. And it's this back here. Okay? And what I have, these are just they're hard balls. They happen to be golf balls, but you can do with almost any type of a hard ball. And this is like batting, if you watch baseball, right? How the energy from the bat hits the ball and the ball flies out. Well, I'm gonna take this ball and look what happens. You see? Basically, the balls in the middle stay the same, but look at this ball here at the end when I do it. It flies the farthest. So what happens is the energy from the ball coming down goes through all the other balls and then hits this one. And then that one flies up. And then you can do it, you can have fun with something like this. I can take two of them. And then you can see that as two came down, two of them went up. And that's due to something called the transfer of energy. The energy that I put in by having the ball fall down, it's transferred through the balls. And the last one that doesn't have anything to hit, it will fly away.
I've a question about that too.
Okay?
So, by the way, is the ball is the ball like magnet or not?
Nope.
So, how does that like 1-1 and 2-2?
How does it do that? Because it's the, I don't know. I have to look that up, why that is. So if I do two, I will get two. And if I do one, I get one. You know what? That's a good question. Maybe I'll look that up. I'm going to look that up and find out why. All right, then you can ask me next week and see if I found the answer.
Mr. Ben, I have a question first. What's with the back of candies?
What's with?
What's with the bag with the candies in it?
The bag of candy? I was using them for my catapult, to use them as ammunition. I was catapulting Skittles.
Cool.
I have a
Like
question.
Skittles?
How are you with the ball?
I'm sorry. What? I didn't hear what you said.
I said, how you do that with that ball?
Which one with the ball?
When you move it, like what happens?
The ones back here where that you swing?
Yeah, how you do that?
How do I do that?
Yeah.
Well, I just take it and I hold it, and this.
Oh my gosh. I never, it's so cool. I've never seen it before.
Yep.
It's so cool. What,
They're just attached by string. They're golf balls on strings,
oh my
and
gosh.
they swing just like you do if you go on a swing in the playground.
Oh wow. What we need is underneath Yachad, someone's taking a picture.
I have a question.
Yes.
Uh, are those balls? They look like they're clay. When they're like swinging, those balls look like clay.
No, they're golf balls.
Oh, they're golf balls?
They're golf balls. I had some extra golf balls, and that's what I used.
How long have you been doing this?
How long have I been doing science?
Yeah.
A very long time.
30 years ago?
More than 30 years.
Of science. Have you done?
Of science, yes. Let's see. 18, 20, 46.
Is it the first time doing it?
48
48.
48 years I've been doing science.
48 years?
Yes.
Oh.
A very long time.
Oh, okay.
2 more questions. I
But you
see
see-
Sheva's raising her hand. Okay.
Let me just say
Oh, sorry.
2 things. Even though I've been doing science for a long time, as you saw, even sometimes when I do an experiment, it doesn't go right. And so you just have to try again. That's science. And even sometimes when someone asks me why when I do 2 balls, 2 fly off, just because I've been doing science for a long time doesn't mean I always know the answer. So that was a very good question. He saw something happen and he wanted to know, so he asked the question, and now I got to go and look it up. Okay? So that's what science is. Science is seeing something and then doing an experiment, and then based on that, you say, well, because this happened, this is why I think something happened. You try different things. Okay? All right, someone else have a question?
Dina Sheva, do you have a question? We can't hear you, Dina Sheva. It doesn't look like her sound is working right now. Does anyone else have a question before we wrap up Mad Science for today? David? David,
where'd you get this ball from? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, David.
Dr. Bennett, how long have you had this? Where did you get this ball from?
This one?
Yeah, the one that you put on top of the vacuum cleaner.
This one, I got this one a very long time ago when I was in college.
Oh, where? Where, from a store or something?
Yep, I bought it at a store, a sporting goods store.
Oh, okay.
Nothing special about it, just a basic ball.
Nice.
Okay?
Wow, you had it for a while.
Yeah, I kept it for a long time. I was very careful with it. I didn't lose it.
Keep it more. Don't throw it out, hopefully.
No, I'm going to keep it. I like this ball.
I'm sure you do.
All right, guys, I hope you had a good time and you maybe learned something about things that are in motion, stay in motion, and things that are at rest. Let's see if we can make this one stay at rest. It's like you on the couch. If you sit on the couch, you stay on the couch. A little inertia, just whatever, it stays there.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bennett, for giving us another amazing Mad Science lesson. And we hope to see you guys next week.
Woo!
Hope to see you all next week.
All right. Enjoy your ball.
Enjoy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Back soon, Toby. You'll be back soon. Toby, give me.